Evaluate the antiderivative of square root 4x squared plus 9 all over x to the fourth dx. So here we're going to use a trigonometric substitution that's given to us from the table. So it's going to be x equals 3 over 2 tan theta. Then dx is equal to 3 over 2 secant squared theta d theta. Now this should simplify our radical, and it does. So 4x squared plus 9, based on our substitution, is going to be 4 times 9 over 4, which is just 9. X squared tan squared theta plus 9. Okay, and then if we factor out our 9, we get tangent squared theta plus 1, which of course is secant squared theta. Times 9. Let's plug that in and see what we get. Integral of square root 9 secant squared theta, so I'm just going to write that as 3 secant theta for now. And then we have the denominator, which is x to the fourth. So that's going to be 3 over 2 to the fourth. Now, 3 over 2 to the fourth is going to be, well, why don't we just write that as, I don't know, 81 over 16. And then we'll have our tan 4. dx, finally, is 3 over 2 secant squared theta d theta. Alright, so it looks like we have a bunch of cleaning up to do here. So first let's address the constants. We have 3 times 3, which is 9 over 2. And then we have 81 over 16 in the denominator, so we'll flip that over and multiply by 16 over 81, and that should clean up nicely. So 2 cancels off, 16 becomes 8, 9 cancels off, 81 becomes 9. So we end up with 8 over 9 integral, and then we're going to get secant times secant squared, which is secant cubed theta over tangent 4 theta d theta. So let's take a look at this and see what we can come up with for a substitution. If we let u equal the tangent of theta, then we would need a secant squared. If we had a secant squared in the numerator, I think we'd be in luck. But that's not going to work out. So we could transform secant squared into tangent, but then that would leave us just one secant on top, so we might run up into trouble there. So what I think we ought to do is just try to convert into sines and cosines. So 8 over 9 on the outside, integral, and secant theta is 1 over cosine theta, so we have cosine cubed theta on bottom. Tangent is sine over cosine, so that means we're going to have sine 4 theta over cosine 4 theta, and I guess just d theta up on top. So we can simplify this a little bit. we cancel off the cosine cubed here, that'll leave just one cosine down in the denominator. So our integral will become 8 over 9 integral d theta of sine 4 over cosine theta. But when we divide by a fraction, what we can do is invert the fraction. So this would become cosine theta, d theta, over sine 4 theta. And this we can evaluate with a standard U substitution. U equals sine theta, du equals cosine theta, d theta, and we end up with 8 over 9 integral du over u to the fourth, or 8 over 9 integral u to the minus 4 du. And when we evaluate this, we get u to the minus 4 plus 1, which is u to the minus 3. And then we have our 8 over 9, but we're going to have to divide by that minus 3. So 9 times minus 3 minus 27 plus c. And our substitution for u was sine theta, so we're going to have minus 8 over 27. And if you'll allow me, what I'm going to do is write, instead of u to the negative third, since u is sine theta, we can just put cosecant to the positive third. Plus c. All right. So the final thing that we have to do is plug in for theta. So back to the drawing board. X was equal to 3 over 2 tangent theta, which means the tangent of theta is equal to 2x divided by 3. Let's draw the picture, and then we'll be on our way to finding cosecant. So here's theta. The tangent is 2x over 3, opposite over hypotenuse, opposite over adjacent. Okay, and then the hypotenuse is 4x squared plus 9. Okay, so let's see, what is cosecant? Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So sine would be opposite over hypotenuse. So this is hypotenuse over opposite. So our final answer then is going to be minus 8 over 27. And we're going to have hypotenuse over opposite cubed. So that's going to be 4x squared plus 9 under the square root cubed. Divided by 2x cubed, which is going to be 8x cubed, plus, of course, c. And the 8's cancel off, and there's our answer. Negative square root 4x squared plus 9 cubed divided by 27x cubed plus c.